So, here it is. Part 2 of this 3-part special of the Porsche 918 versus the McLaren P1 versus the Ferrari Laferrari, or the Ferrari as I'll call it. In this first video, I went over the lap times of each car, and they were all extremely close, but let's be honest, they're all in a different league from a Toyota Prius. It is amazing how far electric technology has come in these automobiles. Today I will review these 3 epic masterpieces of automotive technology and come up with my personal opinion of which one I like the best. We'll first start with the Ferrari Laferrari. Now this car is the most powerful of the 3 cars. It has 950 plus horsepower. I don't remember, it's 960 something. It was a lot of power. It might as well be 1,000. So, let's go. We're on hypercar road tires, as you can see. So immediately you notice the sound is really good. Even though we're not actually at full rev right now, we'll turn the traction control 3 out of 4 right now, just because it's got a lot of power. It's a scary car. This was the only car I actually used traction control to lap, because it was the only one that was just that scary, like coming off the corners. But it is just insane sitting on this thing right now. So let's do an acceleration. Man, this thing just takes off. It's a rocket ship. The brakes are good too. And it's a little pushy on the entrance, I think, but I see why they would do that. You do gotta be careful in the entrance of this car though, because if you overdo it and going into the corner, you'll find you're not gonna get as good of an exit, and you'll find it really squirmy on the exit. But this thing's really fast. It's the fastest car in the straightaways of the 3 cars, and it's kind of it's a huge, powerful car, but it's really agile too. It's like it's very Ferrari 458 like in the agility of it. It's kind of up on its toes. And the V12 sound is just, there's nothing like it. This thing just screams, especially on the exterior. I also like the red lights, that looks kind of cool. So, the way it drives is brilliant though. It's got just the right amount of oversteer / understeer going into the corner. Oops, that was my mistake. I need to back off a little. This is a good car though. So you can get a little bit of oversteer going into there. It sounds awesome though, I have to say. There's not many sounds better than that. I like the Porsche though, personally. But it feels really grippy, even with these hypercar road tires on it. I'm impressed actually. It doesn't feel super heavy. Even though it is 1,500 kilos, I think? It's not the 1,200 that Ferrari was saying, I don't think. It still means 1,500 kilos. It doesn't feel like it's 1,200 kilograms if it is, and I don't believe in a hybrid car that you could get it that light. But it still doesn't feel, 1,500 kilograms is still not that heavy for a car that has 960 whatever horsepower. It's a lot of oomph, I have to say. On the straightaways, this thing's just a complete rocket ship. To wrap this car up, it is quite manageable for a 960 horse car that has just rear-wheel drive. It is a monster down the straights and sounds epic with that huge V12 being amplified by the Curse system to give you all that extreme boost right off the line. And now, for the Porsche 918. Now, this is the car that takes the hybrid technology the furthest. Sure, it has the least gas horsepower, but with all that electric horsepower and everything, it also has the most torque. So, first look at the interior here and the steering wheel. It looks really cool. I like it. It's kind of futuristic-y. The visibility is really nice. You can see over the front of it really nicely. It sits up a lot higher than the Ferrari or the P1. It's... the steering weight, I don't know, it's a little heavier, I think. But one thing that this thing has that the 2 doesn't have is acceleration. It's just instant. It feels like an electric car, literally, but with an electric car, you don't get all this noise. It's unbelievable. Watch this. It's just so electric. I mean, well, it's because it has electric motors, obviously, but it's just insane. So easy to drive, too. I know a lot of people are complaining about this car in this game. I like it. Sure, it's a little not quite as good on the entrance of corners, but you just can't brake quite as late. The brakes are really good, though. Despite that, right now there's different modes. And that's the MGUK recovery. And now we're in hot lap mode, so we got the fastest mode right now. Feels sharp and quite fast. Floor it. Wow. That's all-wheel drive at its best right there, man. It's just, it puts power right down to the ground. I love that about this car. It's really, it has a lot of grip, too. It's really pleasurable to drive. In my opinion, I like it even just a bit better than the Laferrari. Now, it's all your opinion, I guess, on the way it drives, but it has 887 horsepower. It doesn't feel any less powerful, man. Maybe just slightly, but on the takeoff, this thing... And if anything, it has even better brakes. Not quite as good on the turn, and it's a little heavier on the front axle, though. There's more weight, and you can kind of tell if you push it really hard through the corners, but... it makes up every bit going off the corners. I mean, this is the fastest car at this track that I tested. Not by much, but it still is, when compared to the other two. You can kind of tell it's the easiest to drive. That's why it was probably the fastest for me. It's because you just floor it off the corner, and it goes like a rocket ship. I'd say right off the get-go, this car is a lot faster than the LaFerrari. In the long-term straightaways, right by the end of it, you're starting to accelerate more in the LaFerrari. This thing kind of stops, but pulling off the corners, it's really fast. I mean, it's every bit as fast in the straightaways as the P1 or the LaFerrari. It's just, in the top end, it's maybe not quite as quick, but it's got all that oomph going off the corners, and you can just nail it. That's why I like it so much. It's just such an easy car to drive, too. Like, anybody could pick this thing up and drive it. It really is that easy to drive. Between its rear steering and everything, it's just, it doesn't feel limited on grip. You don't feel like you have to underdrive the car by any means. Sure, on the entrance, it's a little bit pushy, as you can see there. I kind of missed the apex. But you just go a little slower in the corner, and going off the corner, yeah, you just have to have a little bit of slower in the entry, and then you can, going off that corner, it's just, you can floor it. It's unbelievable. It's got that instant pull that the Mclaren and the Ferrari just don't have. In the high-speed corners is where it's, in mid-corner even, is kind of where it struggles a bit because of its weight, but look, it's just sliding off that corner. Four-wheel drift, really easy to do in this car. It's just unbelievable. Right now, I'm not really going super fast with the car. I'm just kind of seeing how much fun this car is to drive. And I have to be pulling out faster laps than I am in that LaFerrari, just kind of cruising along, because it's got that all-wheel drive pull going off the corners. It's really easy to drive. I don't have to focus as hard to push the max out of this thing. That's why I probably got a better time out of it. Not because it's actually faster. I think they're all really about the same speed, but I could be faster in this car right off the get-go because it's so much easier to drive. You do have to kind of fight with it going into the corner just a little bit. It's got a little bit of understeer, but so does the LaFerrari. The P1's the best with the trail brake, and you can just go right into it because it's got all that aero, but I'll get to that later. This Porsche is really easy. As far as drifting goes, I'm terrible at drifting, don't get me wrong, but even I can slide this thing quite easily. The Porsche is every bit as fast and fun to drive as the other two, but at the same time it gets 70 miles per gallon and produces less emissions than a Toyota Prius. This is the best all-around car, but is it my favorite? No. That would be the McLaren P1. So last but not least, here is the P1. Now this car is my personal favorite, and right now we're going to drive it with the Trofeo tires on it. So this interior looks sick, honestly. And the steering wheel, I love the steering wheel on McLarens. I've sat in a real McLaren MP412C, and it's just really nice. This car, if anything, is even better. I mean, look at it. It's like a race car practically. I mean, it almost looks futuristic-y. So, let's go here, without further ado. So we got Trofeo tires on this car now. It also is the lowest car to the ground, as you can see. It's just hugging the ground right now. So, no traction control, full throttle in a 900 horsepower car. 903 horsepower, I think. This thing is just insane, though. Ooh, a lot of pop there. Oh my, this car is by far the most grip, obviously, because it's got the Trofeo tires. It's really twitchy, though, because the Trofeo tires, I think, have a little bit less slip angle than the Corsa tires do, or the Hypercar Road is what they call them in this game. Whatever you want to call them. This car, oh my gosh, this thing, the steering ratio is a lot quicker than it is in the other two cars as well. Either that or it's just got all that aero, because it just drives right into that corner, man. Ooh, it's real scary though. This car feels in a different league right now. I need to focus on driving. This thing's just insane. Whoa, yeah. This thing's just scary, man. I'm just flat out right now. 250, 260. It climbs. There's 270. So, despite the fact that it's harder to drive on a track, and that it's slower than the Porsche 918, I would pick this car any day on a racetrack because of its exhilarating thrill and the fact you get DRS on a road car. The fact you have to keep using it keeps you on high alert every corner and straight. It is by far, to me at least, the most fun car to drive on a racetrack. Overall, it is your opinion, but I think all the cars have their place. The Ferrari is the V12 Italian car with all the art and passion. The Porsche is the best one on paper because of its fuel efficiency and the fact that it is the fastest on a racetrack. And the McLaren, well, that's the one that'll light your hair on fire on a racetrack with its exhilarating thrill. And that's why I like it. Alright, so that was my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you really liked it, give it a like, and also subscribe to my channel for more epic videos. Thanks.